planet was quiet. Its red dust stretched endlessly across flat plains, broken only by jagged rocks and the occasional twisted metal skeleton of old starships. Among them lay the largest and oldest of them all, a massive, forgotten starship, its hull scarred by centuries of neglect and the harsh solar winds of the outer rim. Once, long ago, it had been a symbol of human ingenuity, a proud vessel that could travel the stars. Now it looked like nothing more than a rusting relic, abandoned and ignored. Alex Ryan stepped off his small shuttle, boots sinking slightly into the fine dust. He adjusted his worn jacket and shaded his eyes from the dim light of the distant sun. He had traveled far, following rumors that this junkyard world might have worked for someone like him. He wasn't rich or famous or particularly brave, but he had something rare, a human knack for fixing things, even when others said it was impossible. Aliens called him the Fixer, though few understood how a human could repair what no other species could. Alex took a slow, careful step toward the starship. From a distance, it looked like a mountain fallen from the sky. Its hull was pitted and streaked with rust, panels missing or bent at impossible angles. Alien scavengers occasionally ventured near, picking over the debris for scrap, but they kept their distance from the ship itself. It was too big, too old, too strange. Even seasoned spacefarers whispered that it was cursed. That only made Alex smile. Humans were never so easily discouraged. He stepped onto the lower hull, testing the metal. Surprisingly, it held. He moved along the starship, running his fingers over panels and access hatches. The design was old but familiar. He had worked on human ships before, small freighters, cargo haulers, but this was different. It wasn't just a vessel, it was a piece of history, a technological marvel that even humans had long forgotten. "Looks dead," muttered a nearby alien scavenger, its voice scratching like metal on metal. It waved a claw dismissively. "Nothing left inside but rust and ghosts." Alex chuckled. "That's where you're wrong," he said softly, though the scavenger couldn't understand him. To most, the ship was worthless, but humans had a way of seeing possibilities where others saw decay. He had a plan, not yet fully formed, but a plan. One that required patience, skill, and an endless curiosity. He found an access hatch, half covered by dust and rust. It protested when he touched it, groaning under the weight of years. Alex grunted, pressing his shoulder against it. It slowly opened with a hiss, revealing a dark interior filled with shadows and the faint smell of burned circuits. Inside, the starship was like a tomb. Old panels hung from the walls, wires dangling like vines, and layers of dust covered the floor. But beneath the decay, he could see the faint glow of dormant systems, tiny lights blinking faintly, as if the ship were alive but dreaming. Alex stepped inside, his flashlight cutting through the darkness. Every surface was a puzzle, old human technology mixed with alien adaptations, strange energy conduits that he could barely trace, and control panels covered in symbols he hadn't seen in years. His heart raced. This was what humans did best, look at something impossible and figure it out. No alien machine, no AI system, no blueprint could predict the human mind when it was determined. He started slowly, opening panels, taking readings, and noting which systems still had life. Some engines hummed faintly, their cores still warm despite centuries of inactivity. Sensors flickered as he touched them, responding to his presence like a curious animal. He smiled. This wasn't dead. Not entirely. With enough care, enough work, it could live again. As he worked, Alex's mind wandered to the ship's history. He knew stories, old ones passed down in quiet corners of human colonies. This ship had been part of the first exploration fleet, built when humans first ventured beyond their own star system. It had carried diplomats, scientists, and explorers. Some said it had witnessed the first contact with alien civilizations, negotiating peace where others failed. And now, here it lay, abandoned. He crouched beside a console, brushing away the layers of dust. The symbols began to glow faintly under his hands. It was a core panel, part of an artificial intelligence system. The AI had been inactive for centuries, a silent guardian of the ship's memory. Alex's fingers hovered over the controls, hesitant. Ancient human AI systems were rare, and some said they could be dangerous if awoken incorrectly. But he couldn't resist. The possibility of reviving the mind of a starship, it was irresistible. "Come on," he whispered, fingers pressing a sequence he had memorized from old manuals and instinct. Lights flickered. The AI stirred, its systems humming softly. A voice, quiet and mechanical, broke the silence. "Human detected, identification required." Alex grinned. "I'm human," he said simply, "and I'm here to fix you." The AI paused. Its sensors scanned him, analyzing his physiology, his genetic markers, even his movements. Human verified, unknown protocol, initiating memory recall. Panels lit up across the ship. Data streamed into the AI, trying to remember its past, its missions, and its purpose. Alex watched, fascinated. This wasn't just a ship. It was a time capsule, a piece of human legacy that still had a mind of its own. Hours passed. Alex worked tirelessly, reconnecting circuits, patching damaged systems, improvising where parts were missing. Aliens outside noticed the activity but stayed away, whispering in fear and awe. The human was doing something impossible, something they could never understand. That was the essence of humans, curious, inventive, and persistent. Finally, the main core hummed steadily, a gentle vibration under Alex's feet. The AI spoke again, clearer this time. "Systems operational partial. Mission protocols locked. Primary function unclear." Alex smiled. "That's okay," he said. "We'll figure it out together." He climbed to the bridge, the heart of the ship. The viewports were cracked, scratched, and dusty, but through them he could see the alien junkyard below, dwarfed by the sheer size of the vessel. He ran his hand along the control panels. They responded to his touch, screens lighting up with information long forgotten. "This ship was amazing," he whispered, "and it's still amazing." He paused, listening to the quiet hum of the AI, feeling a connection to something greater than himself. Humans were not the biggest, the strongest, or the fastest in the galaxy, but they were resourceful, adaptable, and endlessly curious. They could turn forgotten ruins into wonders, and Alex intended to do just that. A sudden beep echoed from the AI console. The AI had detected something unusual, a power source buried deep within the ship, untouched by time or scavengers. "Unknown energy core," it said. "Human attention required." Alex's eyes widened. He had not expected this. The core could be dangerous, or it could be the key to restoring the ship fully. Either way, it was a challenge, and humans thrived on challenges. "Looks like we're going deeper," Alex said, determination lighting up his features. "Let's see what secrets you're hiding." He descended into the lower decks, where the air was colder, the shadows longer. The corridors were narrow, filled with the ghosts of the past. Yet beneath the dust and rust, he could feel the life of the ship pulsing, waiting for a human touch. Finally, he reached the energy core. It was massive, glowing faintly with a soft blue light that seemed almost alive. Panels were cracked, wires severed, but the core itself hummed steadily. Alex knelt, running diagnostics. He could feel the potential in his hands, the kind of power humans could harness if they were clever enough. This is going to be amazing," he whispered, eyes shining with excitement. He could already imagine what the ship could become, a titan of the galaxy, something no alien civilization could ignore. The AI spoke again, its voice calm but filled with something almost like respect. "Human ingenuity detected, probability of success increasing." Alex laughed softly. It wasn't arrogance. It was pride, the quiet pride of a human who saw potential where others saw decay, who knew that creativity and determination could turn the impossible into reality. Outside, the alien scavengers watched from a distance, whispering among themselves. They had expected nothing but rust and ruin. Instead, they saw a human working, moving with purpose, breathing life into a starship they had long considered dead. The red sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the hull. Alex wiped sweat from his brow and stood, looking at the starship. "Tomorrow," he said, voice firm, "we start real work. You and I were going to wake this giant." And for the first time in centuries, the starship seemed to hum with anticipation, as if it had been waiting for a human touch all along. Alex slept little that night. The red sun had disappeared behind jagged mountains of metal and rock, leaving the junkyard in a dim, dusty darkness. Inside the starship, soft blue lights from the core cast long shadows across the corridor walls. The hum of dormant engines had become steady, almost like a heartbeat. The AI, still cautious, observed Alex quietly, its sensors tracking every movement. When he woke, he was already thinking about the work ahead. The ship wasn't just a machine, it was a puzzle waiting to be solved. Its AI held memory fragments of a time long before, of humans traveling boldly across the stars. But its systems were fractured, incomplete. To awaken it fully, Alex needed more than repair skills. He needed intuition, creativity, and a willingness to bend rules that no human designer could have anticipated. Alex started with the main power grid. Panels flickered under his touch as he rerouted circuits around damaged conduits. Sparks flew occasionally, but he moved carefully, reconnecting wires and adding stabilizers he had built from scraps. The AI spoke from the background, its voice still cautious but curious. "Human actions unconventional, probability of error high," Alex laughed softly. "That's the point. Sometimes unconventional is the only way forward." Hours passed. The AI slowly activated systems one by one. Sensors that had been dark for centuries began to hum. Navigation consoles lit up, displaying stars long gone or rearranged by interstellar drift. Life support systems purged stale air, filtering it and infusing a faint hum of energy that reminded Alex of home. Then came the communications array. Alex brushed dust from the panels and connected an old interface cable. The AI reacted instantly. "Signal detected, encrypted, unknown origin." Alex frowned. "Encrypted, huh? Let's see what secrets you've been keeping." He tapped keys, bypassing old protocols. The AI monitored, learning, adapting. Within minutes, the signal decrypted itself, revealing a fragment of the ship's last mission log. The voice was human, recorded centuries ago. "If this message is found, the starship must remain dormant until a human capable of restoration arrives. Only a human can fully awaken the vessel, and only a human can unlock its true purpose." Alex's eyes widened. "Well, I guess that makes me the lucky one." He grinned at the AI. "Looks like it's all up to us." The day wore on. Alex faced countless challenges. Some systems were so old that even basic functions refused to operate. He had to improvise constantly, fashioning new connectors from scrap metal, recalibrating sensors with improvised tools, and rerouting energy through circuits that weren't meant to carry it. Every fix required careful thought, a mixture of human ingenuity and intuition that no algorithm could replicate. Outside, the alien scavengers noticed sparks and movement. Some dared approach, curious, whispering in languages Alex couldn't understand. But when they got too close, the ship's hull shimmered faintly as it tested its defense protocols. Not weapons, just warnings, shields, and light-based deterrents. Alex didn't care. The aliens would not interfere today. This was human work, and humans did not share their projects until they were ready. By late afternoon, the engines began to respond. Power flowed smoothly through previously broken conduits, and the hum of dormant propulsion systems filled the ship. The AI observed, recording, and adapting its expectations. Human efficiency exceeds predictions, systems stabilizing. Alex smiled. "Don't get too used to me, we're just getting started." Next came the navigation system. Panels flickered to life, displaying a three-dimensional map of nearby stars and planets. Some coordinates were familiar, others were ancient and unknown. As Alex scanned the data, he noticed something unexpected, a hidden program in the ship's memory. "AI," he asked, "what is this?" The AI hesitated. "Unknown original programming incomplete. Destination coordinates locked. No human record exists." Alex felt a thrill. The ship wasn't just a relic, it was a vessel with a mission waiting to be fulfilled. Something its creators had planned long before humans were scattered across the galaxy. "Looks like we have a mystery to solve," Alex said, excitement rising, "and humans love mysteries." He spent the night analyzing the hidden program. It wasn't malicious, it was protective. It hinted at a network of star systems vulnerable to cosmic instability, a threat only a ship of this size could address. Alex didn't fully understand it yet, but he knew this. The Starship had a purpose beyond exploration or transport. It was designed to help, to protect. Humans, he realized, had always built tools not just for themselves, but for the benefit of others. That spirit still lived within the metal and circuits before him. Days passed. Alex worked tirelessly, sleeping only in short bursts. He learned the ship's rhythms, its weaknesses, and its strengths. He built new systems where the old ones failed, using scraps of alien technology and human ingenuity combined. Each success filled him with quiet pride. Every panel repaired, every conduit rerouted, every engine humming smoothly was a testament to human persistence. The AI, once cautious and hesitant, began to speak more freely. Human adaptability surprising, efficiency and creativity unmatched, Alex chuckled. "You'll get used to humans. We do things differently." One morning, while checking the outer hull, Alex noticed faint energy pulses near the Starship's engines. He traced them and realized the pulse came from a small, unknown core buried deep within the ship, older than any other system he had restored. This is special," he murmured. The AI agreed, scanning the core and analyzing its potential. Energy levels stable but unknown origin. Human analysis required. Alex set to work. The core was delicate, but its energy could power the entire ship many times over. If properly harnessed, it could allow the Starship to move faster, reach places impossible for normal vessels, and even operate autonomously for years. But tapping into it required a careful hand. One wrong move and he could damage the ship beyond repair, or worse, render the AI inoperable. He worked slowly, rerouting conduits, testing output, and calibrating controls. Sweat ran down his face, but his hands were steady. Every action required patience and intelligence, qualities humans had refined over millennia. Finally, the core responded. A soft hum filled the ship, more powerful than before, pulsing in harmony with the AI. Human integration complete. Power output optimal. Systems ready for operational testing. Alex grinned. "Not bad, old girl, not bad at all." It was time for a test. Alex moved to the control bridge, his fingers dancing over the ancient panels. The ship's engines responded, thrumming gently beneath him. Sensors calibrated, life support stabilized, navigation systems displayed accurate star charts. The AI spoke with a tone almost reverent. "Human, readiness confirmed. Probability of success extremely high." Alex felt a surge of pride. This was more than just a starship. It was a testament to what humans could achieve. They were small, fragile, and often underestimated, but their creativity, persistence, and ingenuity allowed them to accomplish feats no one else could. He felt that same spark of possibility in himself as he looked around the bridge. Outside, the alien scavengers gathered at a safe distance, observing the glowing ship with awe. They had expected a relic, a worthless hulk, but instead they saw the impossible, a human reviving a giant, bringing it back to life with nothing but skill, determination, and ingenuity. As night fell again, the red sun replaced by distant stars, Alex sat at the control panel. He wasn't done, far from it. The ship had power, systems, and intelligence, but its purpose remained a mystery. Where was it meant to go? What had it been designed to protect? The AI spoke quietly. Human, unknown destination initiating. Coordinates unlocking. Alex's eyes widened. The ship had been waiting for a human touch, but now it was ready to move. It had a mission of its own, one that only a human could fulfill. He leaned back, taking a deep breath. "Looks like we're going places," he said softly. "And not just anywhere, somewhere the galaxy needs us." The ship hummed in response, a low, powerful vibration that filled the corridors. Its lights glowed brighter, engines thrummed gently, and the AI's voice carried a hint of anticipation. For the first time in centuries, the starship felt alive, not as a machine but as a partner ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Alex smiled. "Tomorrow," he said, standing and stretching. "Tomorrow we start moving, and when we do, the galaxy won't know what hit it." The human mechanic and the forgotten starship had found each other. Together, they would awaken a giant, and the universe would never forget it. The morning light hit the red dust of the junkyard planet, glinting off jagged metal and worn machinery. Alex Ryan stood on the bridge of the starship, hands gripping the rail as he surveyed the massive vessel from within. The AI's soft hum filled the room, no longer cautious but alert, eager to see its human companion guide it. "Ready?" Alex asked, a grin on his face. The AI responded immediately. "Human, systems nominal, engines prepared for operational testing." Alex laughed softly. "Nominal? We're about to do more than test. We're going to move." He moved to the engine controls, double-checking the power core's status. Every subsystem was alive, every conduit flowing smoothly, and the hidden energy core pulsing steadily. The starship, once a rusting giant, was now a living machine. Its massive engines hummed like a giant cat stretching after a long nap, waiting for someone brave, or foolish, enough to make it move. Outside, alien scavengers lingered at the edge of the junkyard. They had seen humans before, but never like this. They whispered among themselves, their languages blending into strange clicks and hums. They had expected nothing but sparks and smoke. Instead, they saw precision, confidence, and control. Alex pressed a few keys, initiating the startup sequence. The engines responded slowly at first, vibrations rolling through the hull. Panels on the bridge flickered to life, displaying energy output, hull integrity, and navigation data. The AI spoke calmly, almost in awe. "Human, propulsion system responding beyond expected parameters. Probability of success high." Alex's grin widened. "High enough to move us off this rock." The ship's engines roared softly, vibrations building as the massive craft began to lift. Dust swirled around the landing struts, creating a cloud that obscured the view of the alien onlookers. The starship's sheer size caused the ground beneath it to tremble, yet the lift was smooth. Alex adjusted the thrusters with careful precision, using techniques no algorithm could predict. "Human unconventional maneuver detected," the AI said. Alex shrugged. "You said it yourself. Humans are unpredictable." As the ship lifted completely from the surface, the alien's eyes widened. The hulking starship floated like a silver mountain in the sky, moving with a grace that belied its size. Its hull shimmered as energy flowed through newly restored conduits, highlighting centuries-old designs. For the first time in a millennium, the forgotten starship was alive. Alex maneuvered it carefully through the debris-strewn junkyard. Twisted metal and broken hulls swirled below like a miniature asteroid field. The ship responded perfectly to his adjustments, turning in ways no other craft its size could. One scavenger, braver than the others, approached in a small hovercraft. Its sensors tracked the massive vessel, eyes wide in disbelief. Alex noticed it and smiled. "Curious, aren't we?" he said aloud, though the alien couldn't understand. Still, the human's confidence radiated through the ship, and even the AI seemed to acknowledge the attention. The alien cautiously hovered closer, examining the massive craft. Its onboard sensors detected strange energy readings. The ship's shields flickered briefly, not as a weapon, but as a warning. Alex tapped a control, lowering the shields once the alien backed away slightly. "Don't worry," he said softly. "We're not here to fight, we're here to fly." And fly they did. Alex took the starship higher, leaving the junkyard behind. The planet below became a small, red disk, while the alien scavengers looked on from orbit awestruck. The starship's engines purred like a living creature, energy glowing along the hull as it soared. "Human navigation system detecting unknown coordinates," the AI said. Alex leaned forward, scanning the display. "I know," he said. "Those coordinates are part of your old mission. Let's see what you were built to do." He plotted a course into the nearby star system. The path was filled with asteroid fields, drifting debris, and dangerous gravitational pockets. A normal starship would have struggled, possibly failed. But this starship, guided by human ingenuity and intuition, moved with unmatched precision. Alex adjusted thrusts in real time, predicting shifts in debris patterns before sensors could even react. The AI noted his every move. "Human predictive reasoning surpasses standard protocols. Unprecedented," Alex smirked. "You're learning fast, old girl, but humans always learn faster when it counts." The starship weaved between asteroids, dipping and twisting, energy trails glowing along the hull. The aliens in orbit blinked in disbelief. They had never seen a ship this large, this old, move with such finesse. Hours passed, and Alex tested every system. Engines, shields, sensors, navigation, and communications. Each responded perfectly to his adjustments. The AI began to trust him completely, allowing minor tweaks that no pre-programmed system could handle. "Human, probability of mission success increasing exponentially," the AI said. Alex laughed. "We're just getting started." Then the navigation system displayed a strange anomaly ahead, a swirling energy field, unstable and dangerous. Alex studied it carefully. The readings suggested it was part of the cosmic threat the starship had been designed to counter centuries ago. "This is it," he said softly. "Our first real test." The AI analyzed the anomaly. Human energy readings intense, risk high, conventional protocols inadequate. Alex grinned. "Good, I don't do conventional." He adjusted the engines, using the hidden energy core to stabilize power output. Shields held steady, deflecting minor energy bursts. The starship moved with purpose, guided by a combination of AI calculations and human intuition. Every maneuver was precise, every adjustment creative. As the anomaly pulsed, Alex realized the starship was doing something no human or alien vessel could do. It was responding, adapting, and thinking in real time. But not alone. It relied on him, and he relied on it. Together, they were more than just a mechanic and a machine. They were a team. Hours passed. The anomaly began to stabilize, energy readings normalizing. Alex used the AI to redirect power carefully, not to destroy, but to harmonize with the cosmic field. The starship glowed as it absorbed the energy, rerouting it through its systems, converting potential chaos into controlled power. "Human, anomaly neutralized," the AI said almost softly. "Mission success probable." Alex exhaled, leaning back. "We did it," he said. For the first time, he felt the weight of what humans could accomplish. Not with brute force, but with creativity, patience, and intelligence. Humans were underestimated in the galaxy, yet here they were, turning a forgotten starship into a titan capable of facing the impossible. Outside, alien observers whispered in amazement. Some were afraid, some awed, but all were impressed. They had seen a human revive a machine from ruin, pilot it through dangers, and neutralize a cosmic anomaly without firing a single weapon. Alex smiled, feeling a deep sense of pride. "We're just getting started," he said. The starship hummed in agreement, energy flowing smoothly, ready for the next adventure. As they left the system, the AI spoke with a newfound respect. "Human capability extraordinary. Efficiency, creativity, intuition unmatched." Alex grinned. "Welcome to the human way. We see possibilities where others see obstacles. We build, fix, and explore, and we don't stop." The starship, once a forgotten relic, now soared through the galaxy like a living legend. Its engines thrummed, shields glowed, and sensors scanned the stars. Alex sat at the controls, ready for whatever came next. The universe had underestimated humans for too long, and now they would see what a human mechanic and a forgotten starship could achieve together. The journey was far from over. Ahead lay unknown star systems, challenges, and mysteries waiting to be solved. But Alex and the starship were ready. Together, they were unstoppable. And somewhere deep in the AI's core, a fragment of pride stirred, not for itself, but for the human who had awakened it. Alex looked out into the endless stars and whispered, "Let's show the galaxy what humans can do." The forgotten starship, reborn, accelerated into the unknown, its engines blazing, a titan in motion. The stars stretched endlessly in every direction, silent witnesses to the journey of a ship that was far more than metal and circuits. The forgotten starship, now fully awakened, glowed softly in the dark void. Its engines thrummed steadily, and every system responded with flawless precision. Inside, Alex Ryan sat at the control panel, eyes scanning data, mind alive with possibilities and challenges. Ahead, the sensors detected the anomaly, a massive swirling energy field that threatened to destabilize nearby star systems. Its immense power distorted space, bending light and gravity around it. Many civilizations had suffered from such cosmic phenomena, and countless ships had tried and failed to approach it. Alex leaned forward, fingers dancing across the controls. "All right," he muttered, "let's see what humans can do." The AI spoke, its voice calm but tinged with awe. "Human energy readings indicate extreme instability, conventional measures inadequate, probability of mission success low." Alex smiled. "That's why they need humans." He activated the hidden energy core, the heart of the starship, channeling its power through newly repaired conduits. The massive ship glowed from within as energy coursed through every system. Alex adjusted the shields and engines simultaneously, preparing for maneuvers that would test every ounce of the starship's potential. The anomaly pulsed violently, as if sensing the ship's presence. The gravitational distortions threatened to pull the ship into chaos, but Alex remained calm. Years of fixing impossible problems, navigating through wrecks and hazards, had taught him patience and creative thinking. "AI," he said, "let's work together. I'll guide us with intuition. You handle calculations and stability." The AI responded almost reverently. "Understood, human." Coordination initiated. The starship moved forward, its massive frame cutting through the distorted space. Energy readings spiked dangerously, warning lights flickered, and the gravitational forces pressed against the hull. Yet, Alex's steady hands and rapid decisions kept the ship on course. He diverted power from secondary systems to reinforce the shields, using energy patterns that the AI had never calculated. The ship leaned and twisted, flowing with the anomaly rather than against it. Every motion was precise, creative, and unorthodox, but it worked. "Human strategy unconventional, yet effective," the AI said. Alex grinned. "You get used to humans, we're unpredictable for a reason." The anomaly's pulse grew stronger, threatening to throw the ship off entirely. Alex thought quickly, analyzing patterns in the energy waves. He noticed a rhythm, pulses of power that repeated at irregular intervals. It was subtle, but with careful timing the ship could harmonize with the field instead of fighting it. "AI, match me on the rhythm," he instructed. "We're not destroying it, we're stabilizing it." The ship shifted slightly, engines adjusting to the subtle vibrations of the anomaly. The AI coordinated every system to follow Alex's lead. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, the energy waves began to stabilize. The dangerous pulses softened, gravity distortions lessened, and the field's chaotic energy started to flow along the Starship systems instead of against them. Hours passed. Alex barely noticed time. His focus was complete, every decision calculated with instinct, creativity, and an almost intuitive understanding of the anomaly. The AI monitored constantly, recalculating, adapting, and learning from Alex's human intuition. Finally, the anomaly began to glow with a steady, controlled light. Its dangerous pulses had diminished, replaced by a flowing energy pattern that the ship could interact with safely. Alex exhaled, feeling a thrill of satisfaction. "We did it," he whispered. "We didn't destroy it, we worked with it." The AI spoke in a tone of quiet respect. Human ingenuity extraordinary, conventional programming incapable of this. Mission successful, Alex smiled. This wasn't just about fixing a ship or neutralizing a threat. It was about showing the galaxy the unique strength of humans. They were small in the cosmic scale, fragile compared to many species, but their curiosity, creativity, and courage could accomplish what others could not. As the anomaly stabilized, Alex took a moment to observe the galaxy around him. Star systems once at risk now glowed safely in the distance. Planets orbited steadily, moons held firm, and civilizations that would have suffered now thrived. And all of this had been achieved without weapons, without violence, just human intelligence and determination. Far below, in the debris of the junkyard planet, alien scavengers observed through long-range sensors. They had followed the ship's trajectory in disbelief. Some whispered in awe, some in fear. They had underestimated humans, as countless others had. And now they realized that humans could do what no other species could: solve impossible problems, adapt to dangers, and turn ruins into legends. Alex looked back at the ship's AI interface. "You've done well, old girl, but this is just the beginning." The AI hummed softly. "Human potential limitless." Alex laughed. "That's the truth. We're small, but we think big. We create, we adapt, we endure, and we don't stop." The starship's engines thrummed, energy flowing smoothly through the hull. Alex plotted a course back toward inhabited systems. The galaxy now had a guardian, not a weapon, but a protector capable of handling threats far beyond ordinary comprehension. He considered the humans scattered across star systems, many living simple lives, unaware of the legacy they had inherited. Their technology, their ingenuity, their courage, all of it had led to this moment. A human mechanic had taken a forgotten starship, revived it, and turned it into a titan capable of protecting entire worlds. For the first time, Alex felt a profound sense of connection, not just to the ship, but to humanity itself. Humans were underestimated, overlooked, and often dismissed. Yet here they were, leaving a mark on the galaxy not through brute force but through intelligence, courage, and heart. The AI spoke again. "Human legacy remarkable. Probability high that species observing this event will reevaluate humans." Alex smiled. "Let them. They'll see what humans can do when we put our minds to it." He activated the ship's communication array, sending a simple message to nearby systems, a signal of peace and protection. He didn't boast, he didn't threaten. He simply announced humanity's presence, not as conquerors but as problem solvers, protectors, and innovators. The response was almost immediate. Aliens across nearby systems transmitted acknowledgments of gratitude, curiosity, and awe. News spread quickly. Humans had revived a legendary starship and neutralized a cosmic threat without a single weapon fired. The story would ripple across civilizations, planting seeds of respect for humans wherever it reached. Alex leaned back in his chair, exhaustion and satisfaction mingling. The galaxy was vast, and dangers were endless, But humans had proven once again that intelligence, creativity, and courage could overcome even the most impossible challenges. "Not bad for a mechanic," he said softly, almost to himself. The AI responded with what Alex interpreted as pride. Human, exceptional, legacy enduring. Alex looked out at the stars, a smile on his face. The ship hummed around him, alive and ready. They had done something extraordinary, not for fame, not for reward, but because humans didn't know how to stop at impossible. And somewhere deep in the circuits and energy cores, the ship seemed to agree. It was more than a machine. It was a symbol, a reminder that humans could awaken even the forgotten, breathe life into the impossible, and leave a legacy that echoed across the stars. Alex whispered, "Let's see what else we can do." The starship surged forward, engines blazing. Ahead lay countless systems, mysteries waiting to be solved, and challenges that no one else could face. Humanity had proven itself once more, not with weapons, but with brilliance, courage, and determination. And the forgotten starship, now a titan of the galaxy, carried that proof wherever it went. Together, Alex and the ship moved into the unknown, leaving a trail of hope and inspiration across the cosmos. The universe had underestimated humans for too long. Now it would never forget.